Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wolf Pit. Recently, I went to a Korean steakhouse for the very first time, and I've got to say, not only was it delicious, but it was a lot of fun. Hopefully the Iron Age Korean Steakhouse will see this video and appreciate it and send me a gift card, because I would happily use it for you, the people, so you don't have to. But I'm going to hold my breath on that gift card, starting right now. If you live under a rock like I do, you've probably never been to one. But after going just this one time, I would highly recommend it. They have a huge selection of steak, pork, chicken, and seafood. Some of it's already marinated and some of it's not. They also have a huge variety of vegetables, dipping sauces, and the obligatory white rice. The best thing about it is all the meat and vegetables are raw. You get to cook everything exactly how you like it on the grill at your table. One more thing, it's all you can eat, and it's only $25 a person. It's also a great place to go out to eat if you're on a low-carb diet, minus the rice. And I definitely much preferred sitting at my own table rather than a table full of strangers, like one of the Japanese teppanyaki-style restaurants. Okay, I can't hold my breath any longer. I'll just go outside by the mailbox and wait for my gift card. But in all seriousness, I really did like the restaurant. I was just trying to give them a friendly shout out. And this is not a sponsored video, I have no ties to them whatsoever. That is, unless they really do send that gift card. So ever since we ate there, I've had a hankering for some Korean style barbecue beef. And I decided to come up with the best I could in a short amount of time without making anything or marinating the meat. Like I said, I was in a time crunch for this cook, and I happened to find chuck roast on sale for $2.99 a pound. I also had some Asian seasoning and Korean barbecue sauce at home in the fridge that I thought would work just fine. So let's get started. Here I have two 2.5 to 3 pound chuck roasts that are going to be liberally seasoned with Rectex Asian Persuasion seasoning, which is a fantastic seasoning. Once the first side's been seasoned and rubbed, flip it over and repeat on the other side. Once both sides of the roast are seasoned and given a good massage, they were added to the indirect side of the grill. Which for this cook, I'm using my Weber kettle with Royal Oak lump charcoal piled up on the opposite side of the meat, and I'm not using any smoke wood. And I had the temperature set to 300 degrees. Once the meat was where I wanted it, I slid in the meat probes. And for this cook, I'm using my ThermoPro TP17 dual probe digital thermometer, which you can use on your grill, smoker, or oven. And so far, I really like this thermometer. It's very accurate and programmable. Once your meat probes are where you want them, close the lid. Usually, I'd have my top and bottom vents opened about 1/4 of the way. But on this cook, it was a very windy day. So I had the bottom vent almost closed and the top vent open about 1/8 of the way. But once you put your lid on, give the grill about 30 minutes to settle back in before making any adjustments. Otherwise, if you start making adjustments now, your temperatures are going to be all over the place, and you're going to go crazy. I set my ThermoPro TP17 to go off at 180 degrees. I want the meat to get tender, but not pullable, which if you want to pull it or shred it, I would recommend foiling the meat at 165 to 170 degrees, and then cooking it until it's tender, which is usually between 200 and 210 degrees for me. But a chuck roast is not truly done until you can stick a fork in it and twist it like spaghetti. If you want more information on the ThermoPro TP17, there's a link in the description box. Once the chuck roast reached 170 degrees, it was time to add some Korean barbecue sauce for a nice finished glaze. I found this Korean Gochujang barbecue sauce at my local Harris Teeter, and it's actually pretty good stuff with a nice heat to sweet balance. So I added about a tablespoon to each piece, and then I brushed it on to form a nice thin glaze. Once it was basted on nice and evenly, I closed the lid and let it continue to cook at 300 degrees until the meat reached 175 degrees. Then I flipped it and basted the other side. However, adult beverages prevented that part from being filmed. Once it was basted on the second side, it continued to cook until it reached 180 degrees. And I know some of you are thinking, wow, that's way overdone. And you would be right, if it was a different cut of meat. But a chuck roast needs time to cook and let the collagen break down to tenderize the meat, or it'll be like chewing on a boot. Now, like I said before, if you wanted to turn this into pulled beef, you'd foil the meat between 165 and 170, and then cook until the chuck roast is tender. And you can tell that by sticking a fork in it and trying to twist it like spaghetti. If it twists like spaghetti, it's done. If it doesn't, it's not. After cooking for 3.5 hours at 300 degrees, our Korean-style barbecue chuck roast are done. And they look great, but the aroma is intoxicating. Once you pull the roast off the grill, tin them with aluminum foil and let it rest for about 30 minutes before slicing. And this is an important step, because if you slice hot meat, all those wonderful juices are going to run right out and you're going to have a dry finished product. And when you slice your chuck roast, you want to slice them perpendicular to the grain. I like to cut some thin for sandwiches and some thicker to eat with a meal. But you slice yours however you like. It's your meat, and that's all that matters. It's how you and your guests like it. And here you have it, Korean barbecue style chuck roast. I brushed each slice with a little bit of the extra Korean Gochujang barbecue sauce, and I served it with homemade cauliflower fried rice. And if you never tried cauliflower fried rice, don't knock it. My wife hates cauliflower, but now she eats cauliflower fried rice instead of the real thing. This Korean style barbecue chuck roast turned out amazing. It was tender, it was juicy, and most of all, it was delicious. And it was really simple to make. If you'd like to help support the Wolf Pit, consider being a patron. You can pledge as little as $1 a month. That's only $12 for the whole year. Or you can pledge more. That's up to you. Either way, every little bit's appreciated and helps me produce more high-quality videos more often for you, the people. Thank you all very much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.